Hello, this is Mr. Hornsby83 with another edition of Mr. Hornsby83 Review. I'm going to be reviewing the last three new episodes of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm going to start with Noxious Avenger, which was a couple weeks ago. And this one I'm not really going to rate too high because it was like a calm before the storm, basically, episode. It starts out with Bebop and Rocksteady searching for some more chemicals for Shredder's brainwashing thing and or mind control formula. And then the turtles come, but there's a garbage man at the bottom. He's picking up the trash and that, and sees the turtles. He's like, the turtle men are here. And as they fight Bebop and Rocksteady, because Bebop and Rocksteady had some kind of mutagen, they kicked the mutagen out of the window, or I think Bebop had it. They kicked it out of his hand, and it landed on the garbage man, who then turns into Muckman. And after the battle's over, you see Muckman, and he's aggravated and angry that he got turned into a freak, as he kept calling it. And then his eyeball comes out of his eye, and he's talking to it. And I don't know if anybody else noticed, but his eyeball sounded a lot like someone from a Disney product whose name starts with Mickey Mouse. But yeah, it sounded a lot like Mickey Mouse. Whatever. But yeah, the episode was pretty good. And then like afterwards, this he tells him he could be a hero on that, and I advised him to save this guy from the purple dragons who's being robbed. So he saves the guy, and then I guess the guy's girlfriend or whatever was like, it's a freak. What are you doing? He's like, it's a freak. And he's like, no, he's a hero. He just helped me. And then eventually Bebop and Rocksteady try to get him to work for them, and he's mad at the turtles because he feels like they're the ones that mutated him. But it really wasn't their fault. They just kicked the mutagen out of his hand, and kicked the mutagen out of Bebop's hand, and it landed on him. By the way, I want to talk about how great it is and how strong they're making Bebop and Rocksteady in this show, because they show they were just a bunch of incompetent morons most of the time. But they were actually pretty good in this one. I really like the direction they took with Bebop and Rocksteady in this show. Maybe it'll follow into the movie that, Turtles 2, where finally we're going to get a live-action Bebop and Rocksteady. I think also Crane's supposed to be in it too, which is good, because Crane should have been in Ninja Turtles 3, which was, god-awful. Worst Turtle movie ever, But, yeah, overall, I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5. I didn't want to go too much into the episode because I still got 2 other episodes to deal with. But yeah, 3.5 out of 5. It was a good episode, but it was a calm before the storm episode. That's why it's not as high as it usually would be. Next up was the the battles of the Mutanimals, which starts out with Tiger Claw making a deal with, I guess, somebody that Shredder's connected with. And then Slash and the Mutanimals are taken and, try to stop him. And then he takes down Rockwell and Slash and captures them and says, you guys could be useful. Then Leatherhead and Pigeon Pete come to let the Turtles know that Slash and Rockwell have been captured by Tiger Claw, and they escape, but they don't remember how they escaped. But before they escaped, Shredder had already used the mind control chemical on them because I guess he wanted them to infiltrate the turtles and attack them and try to destroy them from within. And, Leonardo's like, well, I'm not too fond of Flash, but we gotta save him anyway. Blah blah blah. And then when they do get to him and they get there and they get back to the lair, Splinter's talking, and then the mind control chemical takes over Slash. Slash hits him with with his little I don't know if that's a hammer, wrecking ball, spiky thing. I don't know. But he hits Splinter and Leonardo, which I could have swore in Battle for New York, Leonardo finally said, you know what? I was wrong about you, but apparently not. He's like, see, I knew Slash was bad still, evil or whatever he said. It's been a week and a half ago since that episode. But after that, Rockwell starts acting up, and then Donatello finally says, "Well, Shredder must use the mind control chemical on him," which was true because that's what happened. And then they go to take on Shredder, and then Raph gets sprayed with it. Raph fights him. No, I think Raph went alone, and then he got sprayed with, and then the other turtles came to get Raph, and they found out Raph had got hit with the chemical, and the way they snapped him out of it was they took their pride, challenged their pride, because when Leonardo was fighting with Raph, he, was saying usually Leonardo would say when him and Raph were in an argument, and then Raph snapped out of it because he kept calling him out like, "Oh, are you that weak, Raph, that you get controlled by Shredder? You're that weak," and then, Raph breaks out of it. Then they do the same thing with Flash and Rockwell. Flash apologized to Splinter for hitting him and that, and, Splinter says, "I don't blame you, I blame Shredder because of the mind control stuff." And once again, Leonardo had to eat crow about Flash, but, By the way, I like the fact Corey Feldman's playing Flash because he did play Donatello in the first Turtle movie and the crappy third one. But, yeah. He also played Donatello in a Robot Chicken sketch, too, so which was pretty funny. But, now, this one I'm going to give a 4 out of 5 because it was a good episode. And, it was great seeing that, Leonardo had to eat crow again about Flash, but I like how they snapped him out of it by challenging their pride, because you know how prideful Raph is, Flash and all them, so it was good they did that way. Now, finally, I'm going to get to meet Mondo Gecko, which this episode was pretty good. I mean, I like the fact, they focus more on Fishface. I still think Fishface eventually is going to get turned to Toka. If not, Hun's going to get turned to Toka. Because if you watch the 2003 cartoon and the crossover movie, it kind of looks like, Hun gets turned into Toka in that movie. But, well, it starts out with Michelangelo watching Krognar the Barbarian, and he's like, I never thought I'd be sitting here relaxing watching Krognar and being bored. So then he goes to see what the other turtles are doing, and what they're doing bores him even more, so. And then, there was a scene I didn't catch it because I went to get something to drink in the kitchen, but apparently Raph was playing with some kind of toy, and I think Andre Black Nerd made some kind of inference about, we know what you were doing with the toy. I don't know. I didn't, like I said, I didn't catch that scene. But then we get, Casey and Mikey to go out skateboarding, having a good time. Then they run into Mondo Gecko, and he introduces himself. At first, Michelangelo calls him Mondo Gecko, and it looks like he's going to get mad and try to fight him. Like, no one calls me that, and then, it goes to commercial, then it comes back from commercial, and he's like, oh, I'm just playing. And he thought it was funny. Then he kept talking about Mr. X through the whole episode, which ended up being Zever, a.k.a. Fishface. But, then they have, this underground thing, and by the way, I really like the line, the Warriors line. They made some other references to some other Asian movies, but where he's like, can you dig it? Because he's in it. He has Mikey and Casey in the games, and then Mondo Gecko finds out, because Fishface had told Mondo Gecko the turtles and that were evil, so that he can get Mondo to work for him, and then Mondo finds out they're not evil, and then, he confronts Fishface about it. Fishface, then puts him, Casey, and Mikey in the game, and they have to race him, which was a pretty good race. And ends up with Mikey, well, actually Mondo Gecko ended up winning. It looked like Mikey was going to win. It was, a back and forth with him and Fishface, because there was a point where they're both honing, and then you see all the, villains that hate the turtles. You see Bebop Rocksteady, Razor, or Razar, however you want to pronounce it. Tiger Claw, they're all rooting for Zever to beat them, and this and that, But yeah, pretty good episode. This one I will give a 5 out of 5. Looking forward to next week's episode, but I won't be reviewing it because I'm going to take a little bit of a break from YouTube, and after tonight's video and then tomorrow night's video. I won't be doing another video until around Father's Day, which, like with my mom, I'm going to do a Father's Day special with my dad. Because, you know, me and my mom did one at Kings Island. And, it may come out before Father's Day, but it'll be probably like 2 or 3 days before Father's Day, so. But, by the way, a reminder, tomorrow's topic show is about that metal show. I got some things to say about the show. I want to talk about some of the guests. I want to talk about some people they haven't put on the show, but I think should be on the show, but, you know, they don't even mention these bands sometimes, but, yeah, so, tune in for that one tomorrow. That'll do it for this review. Like this video, subscribe, leave a comment, and till tomorrow night, peace out.